Okay. Judging by the questions, there's a lot of interest in transportation. So we're going to stay on this topic. Michael, you can please take this question, or answer, I guess, specifically. The express toll lanes, and again, these are audience questions, so from our committee standpoint, we can't verify any of the numbers, so please feel free to correct them if they're not exactly correct, or if they are, just respond. The express toll lanes cost $111 million to install. Half of the revenue is lost to operating costs. Carpooling is down. The trucking industry is hurting, and it's a regressive tax hitting Snohomish County the hardest with $10 tolls. There have been more than 2 million billing errors. How would you fix this?
I would fix it by stopping the tolling. Understand that it was a noble experiment to try to manage traffic with tolling, but it hasn't worked. Speeds are down, accidents are up, commute times are up. And one thing I want to say is that when we talk about 405 South on I-90, you're taking five lanes coming south and feeding them into 3 lanes. That's why it's not moving. The current plan to expand 405 South and then express toll lane them, that doesn't work. So my simple answer would be is to remove the tolls and start there and get our 2 people carpools back in the carpool lane.
So there will always be people who do not like tolls. So people who don't like tolls at all are not going to ever like 405. The 405 is not just an experiment. It is something that is being done across the nation. It works in other states. I would not be happy with the rollout. I think the rollout could have been done a lot better. There have been some changes to make it work better. But I will tell you that the revenue that's being generated in those lanes are going to pay for, because we don't have general purpose lanes in our new transportation package. There's no money in the new transportation package to put those general purpose lanes in. These tolls will pay for that. And that will mean that they will work better up north, where I think that's where the congestion points are. But the point is to make sure that you're always able to move goods and people through a corridor. When we had the 2+ HOV, the whole corridor was broken down at peak times, including the HOV lanes. We will be looking at this under statute in 2 years, and we will evaluate whether it's working and whether we want to continue. But you don't stop in midstream.
Okay, so I'm going to ask for this answer to be 1 minute, because it's the last one that we'll take on transportation, and then we can move on to some other topics here. So there's a report out that the tolling practice has collected $20 million since its inception. Who exactly is collecting it? And where is that money going? We have had a tolling guru in the past. Are we still paying for that person?
We haven't had a guru, and I'm sorry that we didn't. I think when we started tolling, when we first started tolling, the first time when we opened up at DOT, we should have had the guru. We talked about it, but we don't. We do, I can't remember what you said, but the first part of that.
The first, I think, was specifically asking
where the money,
$20 million.
Yeah, $20 million has been generated out of the 405 tolls. That money is at DOT. It is going to be spent next year, starting next year, on shoulder running and auxiliary lanes to increase the capacity for general purpose cars, which is where the congestion can be relieved. And that money will be used in that way. It does not go to the general fund. It has to stay on the corridor. It can't even be used for other transportation services. And it is not going to Texas.
Okay, so here's the reality. We agreed to a gas tax increase to expand our roads. They're taking our gas tax dollars to fund our roads, and then they're going to have us pay again on it. Understand that on 405 North, if they collect $20 million in revenue, $10 million goes to overhead. Whether it be 30 cents on the dollar that goes to the tolling company in Texas, or 15 or half, it's a lot. They bought a cash register for $111 million. Accidents are up, travel times are down. Regarding trucking, truckers don't get to use the toll lanes. They have to sit in the traffic. And anyone who's been up on that 405 knows that there's a lot of traffic. Cars might buzz through, but remember, $10 for a toll, that's only the starting point. And when you start tolling to the airport, that's going to go up too. And are you going to like it when I-90 from Seattle to North Bend is tolled also? Now, understand, the plan is to toll the box. If it's not about revenue, it's about pushing you out of your car. We need alternatives.